Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some MLB player props I like for today on Prizepicks for Wednesday, July the 6th. We do have I think a 14-game MLB slate on Wednesday. Do have some early games today. There's, I think, 4 early games. There's a game at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 o'clock, I think there's another game at 2 o'clock, and there's a game at 3:30. So we got 4 early games. Not going to have any plays in these early games, at least not right now. I will take a look at the board once again on Wednesday. You'll find some. If I do find some plays I like in those early games, I will share those over on Patreon. As always, guys, if you enjoy these YouTube videos, if they help you out a lot, you want to get more content from me, I provide that over on Patreon. I give out additional Prizepicks plays I like each day, usually 4 to 5 additional plays that I like, and I also give out my 2 favorite plays overall on the day that you can run a 2-pick power entry in with. We've hit our 2-pick power 4 out of the last 5 days. Sadly, we did not hit it on Tuesday, excuse me, but 4 out of the last 5 days we've hit our top 2 plays. Again, I provide those over on Patreon. If you're interested in that, check it out. Link down below in the description. But yeah, I think we got like 10 night games tonight. 10 games between like 6 and 10 o'clock Eastern Time. So I found 3 plays I like. Taking a first look at the board on Tuesday night, found 3 plays I like for some of these night games. So we'll talk through these 3 plays, guys. As always, we'll share why I like them. Before we do, we can recap our plays from Tuesday. And we gave out 3 plays Tuesday. It was a little bit of a weird night. We gave out 3 plays. One of them did not play. John Birdie, he was not in the Marlins lineup, so that pick was a DNP. Jameson Taillon, we took his over 5 strikeouts, and he finished with 5 strikeouts, so that pick pushed. And then our other play was Sandy Alcantara. We took his over fantasy points, and he went way over. He had a great game, pitched 8 innings. I think he had 10 strikeouts, had like 50-something fantasy points. So we actually did win on Tuesday, even though technically only one of our picks won. We had 1 DNP, we had 1 push, and then we had 1 win, which basically would have paid out 1.5x. So if you did a 3-pick entry with all 3 of the plays I gave out, it should have paid out 1.5x. So you should have won some money on Tuesday, hitting the over on Alcantara. Again, like I knew there was a possibility that Taillon would push 5Ks. He came through for us. It was not looking great for Taillon because he did start unraveling a little bit, but he still got there, got 5Ks, and then John Birdie wasn't in the lineup Tuesday. So we made some money. Hope you guys tailed the picks. If you did, hopefully you won some money. But we'll talk through our 3 plays for today real quick, guys. Hit that like button if you have not yet. Hit that subscribe button as well if you are new here. And again, if you haven't signed up for Prizepicks yet, make sure to sign up for Prizepicks. Use promo code Noah. When you do, Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100. When you do sign up with my promo code, you can take a look at the board, see all the props that Prizepicks has available right now. At the time of making this video, they'll add even more props as we get closer to the start of the games on Wednesday. Prizepicks also offers a lot of other sports outside of just MLB. So if you like to dabble into other sports, Prizepicks has plenty of options. WNBA, the NBA Summer League, PGA, League of Legends, KBO. I mean, they got everything. So make sure to check them out. Sign up, use promo code Noah, get your first deposit matched up to $100. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and talk through our 3 plays for this Wednesday slate, and we're going to start off in the pitcher fantasy score category. One prop that I like, going to be targeting, the same matchup that we targeted Tuesday. We took the over on Sandy Alcantara's fantasy points. Love the spot for him against the Angels. I know Trevor Rogers is not the same pitcher as Sandy Alcantara. I know he's definitely not on the same skill level that Alcantara is. But I think this 24.5 fantasy point projection is a little bit too low for this matchup, and we're going to be taking the over on his fantasy score for today. This line actually did open at 22.5, and shortly before I started making this video and shortly before I put my entry in, it got bumped up to 24.5. But I'm still fine playing it at 24.5. I still think it's a few points too low. This matchup is just so good for Trevor Rogers. We talked about how much the Angels have been striking out this season versus right-handed pitching and left-handed pitching. If you look at where they rank versus left-handed pitching this season, 24.7% K rate, which is 4th highest in the league, and they are really bad offensively against lefties. They've really been struggling against lefties this year. 22nd in batting average. In terms of on-base percentage, the Angels are 24th. In terms of slugging, they're 26th. In terms of OPS, they're 25th. WRC Plus, the Angels rank, where they at in WRC Plus? They're ranked 23rd in that category. Like they're just not that good of a team offensively against lefties. They have obviously a few good hitters. Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani. Like those are the 2 dangerous bats in this Angels lineup. Outside of those guys, like there's not many hitters in this lineup you're scared of. Like Jonathan Villar, Rengifo, Max Stassi. Like some of these guys, man. Like I'll be honest, some of these guys I've never even heard of, and I follow the MLB fairly closely. I just think it's a good matchup for Trevor Rogers. He's getting to pitch at home in a good pitcher's ballpark. I don't see the Angels putting up a ton of runs today. You know, Trevor Rogers, he's not like a great pitcher by any means. He's just kind of average. You look at his stats on Baseball Savant, like most of his stats are average, if not slightly below average. Does have, you know, pretty good fastball spin, fastball velocity. Doesn't really get hit hard. His hard hit percentage is fairly low, which you do like to see. Everything else is, you know, around average. But the matchup is just so good, and I think this projection for Rogers is a few points too low for this matchup. So I do like the over on his 24.5 fantasy score. In order for him to go over this, like if he pitches 6 innings, gets 4 strikeouts, and gives up 3 runs or less, so basically gets a quality start, he's going to go over his fantasy score, and I think he can get us a quality start against this Angels team that, one thing, they've really been struggling lately. I mean, I know, you know, Alcantara went out there and mowed him down on Tuesday, but even before that, like the Angels have really been struggling. They haven't been hitting the ball well. They've been striking out a ton. Like the matchup is so good for Trevor Rogers. So I like his over fantasy score for today. I like his over strikeouts as well. His strikeout prop set at 5. I have a good feeling he'll probably get 5 Ks today, at least push that line. But, you know, for the sake of this video, we're going to take his fantasy score. But then our other 2 props that I'm liking are both going to be strikeout props, going to be from the same game. Liking the over 5 strikeouts from Max Fried today. Max Fried, a guy that I've, you know, bet on a lot this season. He's come through for me for the most part. There's been a few times he's let me down, but I think this 5K prop does look pretty appealing. I think this is one of those spots where we can at least get a push from Max Fried, if not go over. You know, this matchup against the Cardinals on the season, like it doesn't look that great because the Cardinals this season have not been striking out a ton versus left-handed pitching. You look at where they rank on the year versus lefties, 22nd. They're got a 20.4% K rate, which, you know, is towards the bottom of the league. But over their last 30 days and just kind of over the last month or so, the Cardinals have been striking out a lot more versus lefties. Over the last 30 days, they are top 10 in K rate versus lefties. They have the 6th highest K rate, 25.4%. Over the last 2 weeks, over the last 14 days, 4th highest K rate, 29.6%. And over the last 7 days, it's, you know, way up there as well. Over the last 7 days, they're 3rd in K rate, 34.1%. So even though on the season this Cardinals team has not been striking out much versus lefties, over the last month or so, they've been striking out a lot more. And we know Max Fried is a good pitcher. Like he's not an elite strikeout pitcher. He does have a, you know, solid K rate this season. I think it's around 23%. Yeah, 23.9% K rate this year, which, you know, is slightly above average. He's not up there with guys like, you know, Corbin Burns and Max Scherzer. Like he's not on their level. But Fried is still a guy that can get strikeouts when he needs to. He can put the ball in the zone. He has a very, very low walk rate. He just has a 4% walk rate this year, which is, you know, one of the lowest you'll see out of any starter. So Fried is gonna, you know, put the ball in the strike zone when he needs to. He can still get swings and misses. Like he still has a really good chase rate. He does get guys to chase on pitches outside the zone. He has a curveball that he throws that, you know, gets a lot of chases. And I think against this Cardinals team that has been striking out a lot more lately, we can at least get 5 strikeouts from Max Fried today. There are some guys in here that, you know, definitely will strike out. The top of that lineup is, you know, not a ton of Ks there, like Goldschmidt and Arenado. They're going to put the ball in play. They don't strike out much, but, you know, Carlson's got a 23% K rate this year versus lefties. Yepes, 22%. Albert Pujols, 20% if he's in the lineup. Some of these other guys, you know, like Tommy Edman, Donovan, K rate's not super high, but like if Sosa's in the lineup, he's got a 37% K rate this year versus lefties. If Kneizer's in the lineup, he's got a 21% K rate. So there still are guys in this lineup that will strike out. Fried is a solid strikeout pitcher, and I think this 5K prop is pretty low. I think, you know, it should be 5.5. I think we can at least get a push from Max Fried. Max Fried, I want to say he has made a lot. I think he has gotten 5Ks in most of his starts this season. He's made 16 starts this year, and he has at least 5 strikeouts, and I do believe 12 out of 16 starts. There's only been 4 starts this year where he has not gotten 5 strikeouts, and in those starts he got 4 strikeouts. So he had 4 Ks against Cincinnati in his most recent start, had 4 Ks against the Rockies in Coors Field, had 4 Ks against the Cubs, and then he had 4 Ks against the Nationals. Every other start he's made this year, he's had at least 5 strikeouts or more. So I think Fried can at least push this line, if not go over. The Cardinals have been striking out a lot more lately versus lefties, so I do like this one quite a bit. Taking the over 5 strikeouts from Max Fried as our second play for today. And then our third play going to be in the same game, and we're going to be taking the over 4.5 strikeouts from Miles Mikolas. So Miles Mikolas gets a pretty friendly strikeout matchup here against the Braves. Now the Braves, they have been hitting the ball very well lately, and in general, they are a very good offense. Like if you look at where the Braves rank offensively versus righties, I mean they have, you know, pretty good numbers. Batting average, they're around middle of the pack, but, you know, they have a lot of power. They, you know, towards the top of the league in ISO versus righties, second best ISO. So I wouldn't say like the Braves offense is good, but they do strike out a lot. If you look at where they rank versus right-handed pitching, they have the second highest K rate this year versus righties, or they're tied with the Pirates and the Rays. for second highest K rate on the season versus right-handed pitching, only behind the Angels. And when you look at their lineup in general, like I'm pretty sure every hitter in the Atlanta lineup has a K rate above 20%. 23% for Ronald Acuna this year, 28% for Dansby Swanson, 21% for Olsen. Everyone's above 20%. Eddie Rosario, we don't have much of a sample on him just because he hasn't played a ton this year. He's been injured. But there's definitely plenty of Ks in this Braves lineup. Michaelis might get beat up a little bit. He might give up a few runs. But I think he can get us 5 strikeouts just with how much this Braves team strikes out. And it is worth noting that Michaelis' strikeout rate is higher to righties. He has a 17.5% K rate this year to lefties versus a 22.4% K rate to righties. And right now the Braves they have 6 projected they have 6 right-handed hitters in their projected lineup. We don't have their lineup yet. Obviously, I'm making this video on Tuesday night. But if the Braves roll out 6 or 7 righties, that's even better for Michaelis because he does get more strikeouts versus right-handed hitters. He has a decent strikeout rate. Like, he's kind of similar to Max Fried. He's not an elite strikeout pitcher, but he can get Ks when he needs to. Has around a 20% K rate this season. And Michaelis, I want to say in a large majority of his starts this year, he has gotten at least 5 strikeouts. He's made 16 starts this season. He has at least 5 Ks, and I believe 10 out of 16 starts. I want to count real quick just to make sure, but I believe, yeah. So 10 out of 16 starts this year, Michaelis has at least 5 strikeouts. And again, the matchup against the Braves is one that is friendly for strikeouts because the Braves have been striking out a lot this year versus righties. They're a dangerous lineup. They have a lot of good hitters, but they also have a lot of guys that will strike out. So I think 4.5 strikeouts taking the over here looks pretty appealing. I think Michaelis can get us 5 Ks today. And these are 3 plays that I'm liking for Wednesday's MLB slate, guys. What stood out to me, took a first look at the board on Tuesday night. Again, I will take another look at the board on Wednesday, find some more plays I like. I'll share those on Patreon. If there's anything that I find that I like in these early games, I'll make sure to share those as well. So if you're interested in checking out the Patreon, it's linked down below in the description. I give out usually 3 to 5 additional plays that I like, and then I'll also give out my favorite 2 plays overall on the day that you can do a 2-pick power with. We've hit our favorite 2 plays. Our top 2 plays have hit 4 out of the last 5 days. Did not hit it on Tuesday, but I'm hoping we'll bounce back and hit our top 2 plays on Wednesday. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I hope it helped. If you enjoyed, hit that like button before you do get out of here. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Sign up for Prizepicks as well. Make sure to use promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks. They'll match your first deposit up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.